Welcome. This is Lisa. So we are in the beginnings really of Vata season. And in Ayurveda, Vata is made up of the elements of air and ether. And even as you can kind of see in nature, if you take a look behind me and around me, things are starting to get a little bit more dry. Things are even a little bit more affected by the wind, right? The wind dries things out. Uh, if we're not moving in a certain kind of fluid way, we tend to get a little bit stuck or a little bit cracky or even cranky too, right? And whatever's going on in nature during this time is also really manifesting in our bodies. So when we tap into our yoga practice during Vata season, or even any time that you might feel that your Vata is quite high, we can for sure put together a yoga practice that'll start to pacify that. So another thing with Vata, whether it's Vata season where you're at, or whether you're just feeling some extra or too much Vata in your body or even in your mind, when we come onto our yoga mat, it's really incredibly helpful to not only have a routine or try to incorporate a routine, but also move very mindfully. Not that you're not already moving mindfully, but slower, maybe a bit slower. Maybe repeat things a little bit more. Not to get fired up, but just to really get that consistency flowing. So this is a class that you might maybe practice every morning when you get out of bed and go through your start of your day. This might be the practice that you take in the morning, or maybe dedicate a time during the afternoon, or just some specific time where you can return to this practice. Have it be something that you do almost every day, if not every day, and commit to it. Try to really commit to it. Let's get started seated. Wherever you might be, you can start to close your eyes and then take some breaths in through your nose. Breathe out through your nose. And then take note of what it is that you're sitting on. So whether you're sitting up on your shins like I am, or maybe you're sitting on a block or some props or just on the ground, feel your sitting bones rooting into whatever it is that you're on top of. And then notice the parts of your body that are actually on the ground. From that space, see if you can just sit up a little bit taller, lengthen through your spine. And then 3 big breaths in together. Breathe in, grounding into whatever it is that you're sitting on. Exhale, relax your shoulders, grow a little taller through your neck. Breathing in. Exhale your breath away. Draw your shoulder blades together. Inhaling. As you fully exhale, float your eyes open and then reach both arms up. And take a look to the front of your space and just start to come out onto your hands and knees. And again, noticing what's grounded on the ground. Probably your palms, probably the tops of your feet or the balls of your feet, probably the shins. Press into the ground with the parts of your body that are on the ground. And then as you breathe in, drop your heart, roll your shoulders back, look up, cow pose. As you exhale, scoop the navel in and up, round through your spine, look between the knees for cat. Breathing in, paying attention to the breath, drop the heart, roll your shoulders back, look up. Breathe out, round through your spine, take a look between your knees, scoop the belly in and up. One more time, inhale, drop your heart, roll your shoulders back, draw the shoulder blades together, peek up. And then exhale, round through your spine. On an in-breath, find a neutral spine so you're not in a cat or a cow. And extend your right leg back behind you, but keep your toes tucked. Pulse a little bit forward and back on the ball of that back foot. And then eventually join your left leg to meet the right foot so you're in a plank pose. Breathe in, press into the ground with your palms, press the ground away from you. Exhale back, downward facing dog. And you can find some fluidity through your down dog. You might pedal through the feet, sway the hips a little bit side to side. Spread through the toes, spread through your fingers, and then inhale your right leg high. Exhale your right foot forward, right up between your thumbs, a little bit closer to your right thumb. Come onto the top of your fingers. That way you can really extend the heart forward. Imagine that the heart has like a light on it and it's trying to shine right forward, forward, forward past your yoga mat. And then you might even move a little bit forward and back on the ball of your back foot here. Actions like this can just help open up the arch of the foot and That might even help us ground down into the ground, right? Throughout our day, once we get off the yoga mat, we might be able to feel a little bit more connected with what it is that we're touching down on. And then from here, step your left foot to meet your right foot. Fold forward into your legs right here at the top of your space. And maybe you shake your head yes and no. If you want to bend the knees a little like I'm doing and sway your hips, you might do that. And then inhale, halfway lift. Your hands can be on the shins or your fingertips can be on the ground. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper into your legs. On a breath in, step your right foot back to a low lunge. Plant your palms. Feel the ground beneath you. Press back, downward facing dog. Spread through the palms, fingers, and toes. And then lift your left leg high. Try to lift from the inner upper left thigh mindfully. Step your left foot forward next to your left thumb. Just like on the other side, move a little bit forward and back on the ball of that back foot. Sometimes when we've got a little bit too much Vata, either within us or around us, it can be really hard to feel grounded. It can really feel difficult to actually feel our feet on the ground, even though there's something that they're always on the ground, right? We might feel a little bit too up here towards the head and a little less down here towards the earth. And then step your back foot to meet your front foot, forward fold right up at the top of your space. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Step your left foot back to your low lunge with your next breath in. Tip all the way back into downward facing dog with your big breath out. Inhale, forward plank. And then hug your elbows in, lower yourself all the way to the earth in one long straight line. Untuck your toes, roll your shoulders back, lift your heart for a low baby cobra, draw your elbows towards each other. Tuck your toes, press back, downward facing dog. Super slowly walk up to the front of your space and we'll meet up in a forward fold at the very top of the mat. Tuck your chin into your chest, roll yourself all the way up to stand. Your head will be the last thing to lift. As we move through these sun salutations, these Surya Namaskars, as we move through these, just notice if there's a time when you want to speed up or if you want to just go, go, go. Try to ground into something a bit more. Maybe it's the palms, maybe it's the feet. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe and step your right foot back, low lunge. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Plank pose, breathe and engage your belly. Breathe out, chaturanga, or you could take it to the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog, heart lifts. Tuck your toes, exhale back, downward facing. Breathe in, lift your right leg high. Breathe out, step your right foot forward. Come onto the tops of your fingers and inhale, send the crown of your head and your back heel away from each other. Exhale, step the back foot to meet the front foot, forward fold. Breathe in, reach your arms up high. Breathe out, forward fold. Inhale your left foot back, low lunge. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Plank pose, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg high, breathe in. Breathe out, step your left foot forward. Inhale, long spine. Could come to the tops of the fingers. Step forward, exhale into your legs. Breathe in, reach both arms up high. Breathe out, forward fold. Draw your right foot back, low lunge, inhale. Downward facing dog with your exhale. Plank pose, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog. Exhale back, Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. On your in-breath, reach your right leg high. Exhale the right foot forward. Breathe in, long spine. Step forward, exhale into the legs. Arms rise as you rise. Breathe in, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Draw your left foot back on the inhale. Downward dog with your exhale. Plank pose, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Left leg rises, breathe in. Breathe out, step your left foot forward. Inhale, long spine, you might come to the tops of your fingers. Step forward and exhale into your legs. Arms reach up on your in-breath, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot back, inhale. Downward dog with your exhale. Plank pose, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale back, Adho Mukha. Bend your knees, look between your thumbs lightly. Jump or step your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, look away from your legs. Breathe in. Breathe out, forward fold. Inhale your arms up as you rise. Exhale back down into your legs. Step your left foot back on the in-breath. Downward dog with your out-breath. Plank pose, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bend your knees, see your thumbs. Lightly jump or step your feet up to your hands. Halfway lift, look away. Fold forward in. Reach your arms up high as you rise. Fold back into your legs. Prepare to jump or step on your inhale. Plant the palms, jump or step back while meet in down dog. Upward facing is your in-breath in. Downward facing dog's your out, breath out. From downward facing dog, reach your right leg high. Step your foot forward between your thumbs and come on up to a warrior two. So your back heel turns down as your arms open up. And you might move a little forward and back on the ball of the back foot, heel of the front foot. Flip your palms, tip back, reverse, peaceful warrior. And then just circle your hands down to frame your front foot. Press back, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Turn your back heel down, come on up, warrior two. Just like on the other side, you might move a little forward and back on from front foot to back foot. Almost like you could feel the air moving through you. Gaze over your front hand if that's okay, and then flip the palms. Tip back, reverse, peaceful warrior. Circle your hands down, frame your front foot, and then press back, downward dog. You can hang out right here, or you may inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog, breathe in. Downward facing with your breath out. And then from here, we'll repeat that twice more on each side. Try, instead of going quick, to just really find the breath. Find where your breath and your breathing, where your rhythm is. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale your right foot forward. Breathe in. Come up, warrior two. Stay to breathe out. Flip your palms. Inhale, tip back, reverse. Exhale your hands down. Press back. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg high. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step your left foot forward. Turn your back heel down. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Stay to exhale. Flip your palms. Breathe in. Tip back, reverse. Circle your hands down, frame your foot, press back, downward dog. Stay right there or inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Breathing in, upward dog. Breathe out, downward facing. Right legs high, inhale. Exhale your right foot forward. Turn your back heel down as you cartwheel the arms open. Warrior two. Flip your palms, tip back, reverse. Circle your hands down, frame your foot, press back, downward facing. Lift your left leg high, breathe in. Breathe out, step your left foot forward. Turn your back heel down, rise up, warrior two. Flip your palms, tip back, reverse. Circle your hands down, frame your foot, press back, downward dog. Stay in down dog for a full breath in. Child's pose, breathe out. In your child's pose, try to breathe in through your nose and think about sending the breath all the way down through your heart, down into the belly, to the low back, the feet, the toes. Exhale all that breath away. Come on back up onto your hands and your knees, spread through the fingers and toes. And then from here, breathe in, drop your heart, roll the shoulders back and look up. Breathe out, round through your spine, see the knees. Crawl your knees all the way up towards your wrists. Just set up for a half-seated spinal twist on both sides. So as you start to come down and sit in a way that feels right for you, where your sitting bones can be grounded, right? We're really trying to find grounding today, or whenever you're listening to this. Take your right foot and step it outside of your left thigh. Then you may maybe bend your left knee. Again, just resituate. That way both sitting bones are grounded. Hug your shin in or interlace the fingers and just encourage the shin in as you sit tall. Turn over to your right. If you want to go a little deeper with this, just breathe in, sit taller. Try to keep both sides of your waist long. Breathe out, turn the navel to the right. Unravel back through center, look center, sit tall. And then extend your right leg, extend your left leg. Take both palms right beneath you as you sit tall. And then left side, bend your left knee and step your left foot outside of the right thigh. Stay like that, or you maybe might bend your knee. Most importantly, be sure that both sitting bones are grounded, and then hug your shin in, sit tall. Start to turn over to your left. Breathe in. Breathe out, navel to the left. Come back through center, give your shin a hug at center. And then extend your left leg, extend your right leg, and start to come down onto your back. You can step your feet to the mat as you lower down. Make sure you can just graze the backs of your heels with your fingers. And on your breath in, lift your hips up. Just one bridge pose. You might interlace your fingers behind you. Drive the heart up. Press through the mat with your feet. Keep the belly engaged. And then lower everything back down. Take your knees together, your feet wide. And come back to that acknowledgement or that noticing of what parts of your body are on the earth. Probably the back of your head, probably your sacrum, soles of your feet. Zip your feet closer together and then send your knees to the right, to the left rather, hips to the right. You could look up or you could look over your right shoulder. Unravel back through center, switch sides. So knees go right, hips left. And then you could open the arms, you could bend the elbows back, you could look up or look over your left shoulder. Come on back through center. Step both feet to the ground. And then start to extend your legs out in front of you. So we will set up for Shavasana, actually. It's really, really sweet, especially during Vata season to take Shavasana. So if you normally shut your video off when Shavasana is coming, or if you tend to lean more towards practices that don't include a Shavasana, try to include it during this season. And I'll be here for a certain window of time with you, but if you want to take a longer Shavasana, I invite you to even put on a song that's maybe about 3 to 5 minutes, maybe 5 to 7 minutes, and take that time for yourself. But wherever you are, when you do make your way onto your back with your palms flipped up and the eyes closed for the Shavasana, again, breathe in through your nose. Fully, deeply breathe all your breath away. If you're staying a little longer, just stay. But if you are ready to come up, just breathe in a little deeper. Breathe out even deeper than that. Step your feet to your mat and then make your way off to your right side and press yourself all the way up to a seat. Once you're here, you can take your hands, maybe bring them to a prayer at your heart, or just take them down onto your knees and then sit up a little bit taller as you breathe in. Fully, deeply breathe all your breath away. Do bring your hands into a prayer at your heart if they're not already there, and take another big inhale in. Big exhale out. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. I hope it serves you well. And again, I invite you to come back to this video, put it on every morning. Maybe this is how your morning practice starts during Vata season, or at least sometime during the day as well. If you prefer to maybe practice in the afternoon, pick a time, pick the same time, give or take an hour, and commit to it. Try to commit to it. It'll be totally transformational.